which is brilliant, so we'll get a say in how the country's run from now on. I'm looking forward to a proper career. I'm looking forward to getting married, having a family, being my own person, being part of politics. It's very exciting. Hello. It's 1923 now, the war's over, and sadly I'm not in the factory anymore. I'm back in service, as you can see, working away in someone else's house, wearing someone else's uniform. Well, dear old Lloyd George, after making a promise that all of us girls who'd helped with the war effort would be rewarded by getting the vote, the Conservatives made sure that that didn't happen. So although they passed an act in 1918 giving some women the vote, they only gave it to women who were over 30, who own property, or who were married to someone who owned property. And unfortunately, I don't fall into any of those categories, so I don't get the vote. Really angry, actually. We worked really hard doing all this work, and we've had no reward for it at all. If anything, I'm worse off than I was. And my mistress, the woman who employs me, who did nothing during the war, she's ended up with a vote. He died in 1918 out in Flanders. He's one of the White Crosses out there. He never came home. No. There doesn't seem to be anybody else for me to marry. All the young men in Thetford are either didn't come back from Flanders or are married to somebody else. The war killed all the thousands of young men that I might have married, so I'm probably going to die a spinster.
Hello, my name is Robert Smith. I've just come back from war to find that women want the vote, the right to vote. I think this is just so preposterous. I mean, women would get the economy and wreck it, completely annihilate it, so there's nothing left for us men to enjoy. I think women should be in the kitchen doing what they do best. If women got the vote, they would overrule the men completely, because there is a far greater number of women than men, and this would be disastrous.
Hello and good morning. My name is Elizabeth Ashfield, and I think before people went to war, I really did like to vote. But now I don't care because I'm married to this wonderful husband of mine, and I really don't have to worry about it because I get to vote now because I'm married and I have a house and I own the house. So basically, I don't think anybody else should have the right to vote as long as I get to vote myself.
Hello, my name is George Smith. I was a soldier in the war. I was sent off in 1914 with my brother. I was just caught up in the craze to sign on and to be sent out. I went to Europe. I can't really remember whereabouts in Europe anymore, but whilst there I stood on mine and it blew part of my leg off, so I was sent home. I learned about the suffragette movement. I saw how hard the women were working in the factories and the sacrifices that they were making. I mean, some had no hair, and I heard about their political views, and I thought they had every right to have the vote as much as any man.
Hi, I'm Molly Duke, and I think it's really important that we don't give up fighting for the vote. Just because some women have the vote doesn't mean it's fair yet. Women like me who are under 30 and aren't married still can't vote, so we still don't have a say in how the country's run, despite how hard we're fighting for it. Most of the other suffragettes have stopped fighting now, as they have their vote, but that isn't the right spirit. We're not fighting for ourselves, we're fighting for all women to have the choice to vote.
This has been a very eventful 6 weeks for the group. We have learnt a lot about local history and about the average woman's unique story of how they are linked to this famous town.
So, we've shown you what we think.
But what do you think?